Hello, internet! So I didn't film an intro to this video, so I'm just gonna do it now. Hello, my name is Em, and I went to Kcon 2018. Yes, that was a year ago, and I am sorry, but there was so much footage that I had to go through, so this is going to be a two-parter. The first part, I'm just going to talk about the Friday that I went and a little bit of Saturday, and then the second part is going to be about the concert Saturday and all of Sunday. So, to start it off, I went on vacation with my family in LA for about a week right before Kcon. So when they were going and leaving to go back home, they dropped me off at Staples Center. And it was very overwhelming. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just remember asking everyone where to go because there was no signs to show you where you actually like sign in and get your goodie bag and stuff. And so I asked a lot of questions. I was able to get to the line to check in, and then they gave me a bag full of everything that happens during Kcon and also just little trinkets here and there. After that, I went down to where the security line is to get into the building next to the Staples Center. I'll put name of building. And it was a really easy process. You just go through the little security things like at an airport, and then you get in. And I was finally at Kcon. I was so excited. I was meeting my friends there, and the guy that actually got me to go, his name is Kcon. He's a really good friend of mine. And yeah, so basically to sum up right before I actually get into the real footage of me explaining what happens, I went to the Kcon stand and they were selling these limited edition plushies of the bear Ryan and of A Peach, and I got A Peach. Here's a picture of it. I already packed it because I'm moving, and it was so adorable, and it was limited edition only at Kcon, so I was like, I have to get it. So I bought it, and the lady was like, hey, are you going to the concert? And I was like, yes. She's like, oh, are all your friends going? I'm like, yes, I'm very excited. She's like, you know what, I'm just gonna give this to you. So she gave me a free P1 ticket, which was better than my tickets. So obviously I was so stoked about it. And another thing that happened was I was walking around and one of my friends in the group, they're like, oh, there's Joan, I want to get a picture with her. And then I was like, oh, there's Eddie. And Eddie Avila came walking by, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna videotape him because he looks so cool. And so I was videotaping him, and then all of a sudden, these security guards push me, and I'm like, what the heck is happening? And then my friend Armando, he was like, oh my god, Momoland! And I like moved, and Momoland was literally like, they were right here to me. Right here. Like, I have a video of it. It was so insane, and that happened literally in the span of an hour. Is I got a free P1 ticket, and I got to see Momoland like this close. It was so cool. And then the next clip is like me explaining what else I got with the A Peach plushie. And I got, they're like nail files, like for manicures, so I got 2 of these, and then I also got a comb, which I will be showing now. So I opened this up, and it's actually a mirror and a comb. It's so cute! Friday, after the whole ticket thing happened, we went to go to the food court area. We were going towards the resting area. Map. So here's the resting area, and we were over here. So we were walking along this way, and then I had mentioned to Armando I was a really big fan of June. He is a violinist and a YouTuber. He's come out with 2 singles, I believe.
Hold it down.
And they're really good. Check them out, please. I'll link them below. We were walking this way, and in between the Produce 101 and CJ Cultureplex, him and a couple other YouTubers were just in the middle, just by themselves, and I was freaking out and and Armando was like, look, there's June, and I was like, oh my gosh, June, I have to take a picture of him. And he's like, no, go ask him for a picture. And I said, no, I can't do that. And so he pulled me and forced me to go, and so I went up to the group and they were all talking, so I felt really bad for interrupting them. I didn't want to, but I had to meet him. He was such a big fan of him, so I noticed that they were leaving, so I tapped him on the shoulder. I'm like, hi June, I'm a really big fan. Oh, I have to say you're really talented. I was wondering if I could get a picture with you. And I shook his hand because at first I was like, hi June, and then I put my hand out and he shook it and I touched his hand. And then I asked him, can I take a picture with you? And he acts exactly how he does on YouTube. He's super shy, very reserved, very kind. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, are you here tomorrow? And I said, yes. And he said, oh, I'm actually having an autograph booth. Can you come by then? And I said, oh yeah, sure. I just wanted to say that you're really talented and you're such an amazing person. He's like, oh, thank you. And then he left. And I was freaking out. I went back to Armando and apparently my face was kind of red. I felt so bad because I didn't put any makeup on. So here's this pile of trash going up to this beautiful put together person, and but I was like fanning myself a little bit because I was freaking out because he's June, okay? And so I was like going like this, and then he like flicked out his fan and was like, calm down, and he started fanning me, and I fanned myself, and we were just standing there for a bit. After that, we went to the rest area, and we found a table, and we all sat down. It's right by the dance workshop area, so we were watching them practice Chunga, something with love. It was Chunga Love You dance workshop. And so we were just sitting down listening to Chunga, watching everyone like dance to her song, and it was really cool, and we were just like all exhausted, and the convention closed in like 2.5 hours while we were resting, so we were just kind of chilling. We didn't really want to do anything, and then I had the Kcon app, so all of a sudden I like see a notification and it said Intuit surprise at Kcon stage performance, and I was like, oh my god, because I really didn't know Intuit before I went, and so I listened to some of their songs. The only one that really stuck out to me was Snapshot, and it was a banger, so I was listening to it all the time. That's the only way I knew them. I didn't know their names or anything. And then actually I didn't know this, but our friend Chelsea went to Kcon. She's a college friend, and so she came up to Keanu and was like, hey, oh my god, I'm so excited to see you. And then Keanu was like, look over there, and then I was like, hi, and then she's like, oh my god, I didn't know you were coming. And I was like, I didn't know either, because it was kind of spontaneous. I asked her, oh, are you going to Intuit special stage on the Kcon stage? And she said yes, and I was like, awesome, can I come with you? She's like, yes. And so she was with 2 other girls, I believe, and so all 4 of us, we went over, and I have some video of Snapshot. So that was really cool to see them up close. I watched them and they were so cute. It was kind of like an interview. He was just a ball of energy. He was so adorable, running around all the time, and he was going up really close to the audience and like waving his hands, and he was so energetic. And the host, I forgot his name, but he was really fun, and he asked them, hey, could you guys show me some choreo from your new song, because they just came out with a new song called Sorry for My English, which is actually a bop. I like it a lot. The first guy, I don't know his name, but he was trying to teach him the choreo, and he's like, ugh, I can't do this. Someone, can you help me? And then the guy with the hat came up and he was just being so extra. I wish I recorded it. I was so like just like laughing my ass off just watching this guy, but he was explain, his English is actually really good. He explained it like how, so you're gonna go what, and then what, and then you're gonna go shh, and he was just being adorable, and I loved it. But yeah, so we watched Intuit perform, and then they performed Sorry for My English as a closer to their performance, and then they left, and then we applauded. Then I went back to Keanu. We all just decided to leave, and go back to our Airbnb. So after that, we decided, hey, let's go clubbing. And I was like, I'm 19. And they're like, oh, it's okay. It's at 18 and older tonight. And I was like, oh, fun. And they said that, oh, it's a K-pop theme. And I was like, I'm intrigued. And so we went to that around 10. I'll put the name of the bar if you want to go there because it was actually really, really fun. I think I recorded a little bit. We had our little K-pop dance party all night. I wish I was old enough to drink, but yeah, I actually met the owner of the bar because Shelby, she knows him and they've been kind of keeping connections, and she kind of influenced him to make K-pop night happen, so that was pretty cool. And so I met him, and he's a super sweet guy. He was actually into J-pop more than K-pop, but he did K-pop for Kcon. And then we got home at like 2 in the morning, which was insane. I was exhausted, so we went to sleep. Now it's Saturday. What did I do? We obviously went to the bar. We were all very tired, so we ended up going around, I want to say 10-ish. And then we decided to go to Starbucks because everyone wanted coffee. I was actually really upset because I ordered something and apparently they were out and never told me. So I was just waiting for my sandwich for like an hour, and I kept asking them. I was like, hey, is this coming soon? And they're like, oh, yeah, just the next batch. Don't go to Starbucks during Kcon because they don't know how to communicate. Shade, but it's true shade. I was angry. That took a while, so then we got into the convention like close to 12, I think. I remember the night before I was looking at all the panels because those were one of the things I was interested in and I thought was pretty cool. There was this one panel that was behind the scenes of Korean entertainment. The panelists were Choi Ji-hoon and Lee Ju-seok. Choi Ji-hoon is the general manager of Amoeba Culture, that's what it's called, and Lee Ju-seok is the CEO of Changha. So I got to hear them talk about kind of the behind the scenes of what goes on in the Korean entertainment industry. And so it was really cool listening to what they had to say. And obviously it's been a while since I went, so I kind of forget most of what they said. Some of the questions were how they pick who they're going to. From what I remember, it was very interesting. One of the things that stuck out to me is, I know that everyone says this, but hearing it from like a CEO and a manager of a pretty big EDM company is that they kept saying that if this is something you want, you have to work hard for it. And they said that the trainee life is hard and how they put their idols through a lot because they want to get the best out of them, and the only way to get the best out of them is if the idols themselves put forward their best and actually want to go through all of this. I remember going to a dance workshop, which was Snapshot by Intuit, and after seeing them perform on Friday, I was very excited and I wanted to learn their choreo. So what I did was go there. I remember the guy's name was Michael, and he was hilarious. He was super funny, very helpful. He taught very, very well, and that was really fun. It was a really good environment. He put us into groups and we all performed, and it was really fun. Hold your breath, I'll give it to me. And then I rushed upstairs because JRE had a Q&A at 4, so I was late by 30 minutes. But I wanted to see him really bad because he's one of my favorite YouTubers. But he's a fantastic reactioner. He understands the K-pop industry, which is nice. And he just is a fun person in general. So I wanted to see what he was like in real life. I listened to some of the questions and answers, and I recorded some of it. I remember that. Maybe I'll play a little bit of it so you could hear him.
Okay, so BTS, the Wings tour was really good. Like, one of the best experiences. And sadly, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to this one. Because my ticket luck sucks this year. I feel like all my luck happened last year, and then like, no Drake. I'm like, okay.
He was just exactly like his videos. It was insane. It was a really cool experience. I really wish I could have shook his hand, take a picture. But after that, I went back downstairs. I was meeting up with people while I was down there. Yeah, let's just say it was on Saturday. My days are kind of mixed up. But like I said, on Friday, I met June, and he said how he was gonna have like a sign booth. I managed to find it because while I was talking to him, I completely blanked out on what he was talking about. He apparently was having like a signing place at Star Square, and so I didn't know that. And I was walking by just do-do-do, and all of a sudden I hear someone saying, "Do you want an autograph from June?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." I got in line. But the only thing that really bothered me, and this happened quite a bit during the whole Kcon experience, the line situation was really bad. The only complaint that I had for Kcon was that they need to figure out lines, because when the woman was like, "Oh, line up here," so I started lining up there, and then there was another line going aside, so I got out of that line and went to the side, and then a lady grabbed like a whole bunch of us on the end and pulled us towards the other side, and so I lost my place, and I was a lot closer to the front than I was when we finally figured out the whole line situation. And so I could have probably gotten a picture with him, but from my spot, I was pretty far back because I got out of line. Basically, they were rushing everyone because he only got to autograph for 30 minutes, which, I mean, he's kind of a big deal, so I don't know why they only did 30 minutes, but I understand that they wanted everyone to have like a chance to, you know, meet up with him or whatever. So I wasn't able to get a picture with him, which I was really sad about, but I did get to see him again. I took a little video from the line, and I did get his autograph. And I did go to the Line store in Hollywood a couple days before, and I got a Shooky fan. This is what I was fanning myself with when I saw him the first time. And I got his autograph. But yeah, I love it. It's so cute and little. Yeah, and then after that is the concert.
We'll begin in 3 minutes.
It was really fun. My tickets that I bought were PR, so Premium 13, Row 8, Seat 12. So that was my view, and I was sitting alone, so I didn't know anyone around me. All my other friends were, I think, closer. I enjoyed the concert with some fellow K-pop people next to me, and it was really fun. So here is the lineup. So it started off with Momoland. So they were the opener. They started with BAM! So they were performing, and so they entered with the light up shoes, and so all you can see is their feet, and then all of a sudden you hear like BAM happening. You hear the build up, and you're just so excited to see them dance. Oh my gosh. Before Momoland, Taekwondo team came out. I'm guessing out of California, and they were amazing, and you could see by the video they were insane. After and Intuit performed Snapshot, and they also performed, sorry for my English. And then after them was, I believe it was Golden Child, and they performed Damdari, and I think it was either Let Me or If. or a lady. And then after them, Twice, they were the MCs of the night, I think. Both the closers got to have a special stage, so they had a special stage of like some sexy song, which I had no idea Twice was capable of doing, and so I don't know what it was called. They were hot as hell. Like, oh my god, I thought Twice was infants, but never mind. And then after them, probably got this wrong, was Mia, and I've never heard of her before. And it says here that Mia starred on Mnet's 2018 music battle shows Breakers as a competing artist. She ended up in top 4 in the final episode of the show. She was really good. Like, I was very, very impressed. I've never heard any of her music before, but she has a very sweet, unique voice, and it was nice hearing something new that I haven't heard before. It was Crush after that, and I was freaking the fuck out. Crush is wow, he's just breathtaking. He performed a song I don't remember because I was freaking out the whole time. And he performed one song. He also had like a blue-green hair, which was interesting. So he left, and then Dynamic Duo came out, and then they performed the song. A girl came with them. It was either Mia or Chungha, I forget. But then they performed, and then Dynamic Duo and Crush came up out of the stage and was like, we're here. They talked a little bit, and then through kconusa.com, you get to vote on your favorite songs from each artist that was performing. We got to see which song was everyone's favorite, and it was Beautiful, of course. And so, since that got the number 1, he sang Beautiful live. Oh my gosh, guys, his... After that, we had a combo of Dynamic Duo and Crush singing together, which I didn't really expect, and they were amazing. After them was, I believe, Ailey. And Ailey was incredible. She was breathtaking. She was a motherfucking queen. I've never seen a queen in person, and I witnessed one that day. She owned the stage. She was so sassy. She like took someone's phone during her performance, just took pictures and then gave it back. I just remember like first when she popped up out of the ground, she like took her earpiece out and was like, and I was like, oh. But wow. Wow. I have the lineup here, and I forgot a couple people. Twice was not the closer. They did have a special stage. They were the MCs. I also forgot Davichi was incredible. Their voices together were so beautiful, and I just remember whenever they harmonized together, I almost died every single time. They sang 3 songs. Ailey sang 3 songs. Twice sang What Is Love, Likey, Cheer Up, their new song, like Dance the Night Away, I think. They got 4 songs, and they weren't even the closer. Like, damn, people be standing Twice. Then the closer was 101. Now, I didn't realize how many songs were 101 that I loved. I don't know any of their names, but I do remember them being incredible. They ended with Energetic. They did 2 other songs. And then after that, all of the artists came back on stage, were walking around, people grabbing phones. Jui from Momoland, she grabbed a lot of phones. I saw her down there because of her bright hair. Ailey grabbed a lot of phones. Crush grabbed a lot of phones. Twice grabbed a lot of phones. But yeah, overall, Saturday was lit. Like,